Indiana Jones, Order of the Giants DLC. We're here on the Xbox Series X. Let's read the publisher's summary of this DLC. Quote, "There is a myth of a beast in the hidden depths of Rome, rumored to guard a terrible secret. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. The Order of the Giants DLC is an all-new story chapter that takes Indiana Jones to the ancient streets of Rome, where forgotten catacombs twist into something far more sinister. Indy must outwit a dangerous cult and decipher intricate puzzles designed by emperors to uncover the dark legacy of the Nephilim giants." So, this is more Indiana Jones, and that's a good thing. In my opinion, this game should have been Game of the Year. It released in the same year that the Video Game Awards were, but good old Jeff Keighley decided that around December something, that would be the cutoff, and curiously, that was right around the time that Indiana Jones, this game, released. So, not sure why this game wasn't included, but it definitely, in my opinion, was the Game of the Year in the year that it came out. So, the same presentation is here. It's a really great presentation. Machine Games did a fantastic job with Indiana Jones, and this one is more about exploration and puzzle solving, and in my opinion feels much more like what Indiana Jones, an archaeologist going out to find artifacts in a tomb, would be doing. There's a whole host of characters and artifacts to find, collect, talk to. Abigail the Minotaur, the Monster of Crete, Eve mentioned only, Forrestal mentioned only, Indiana Jones, Junia, which is a statue, Nameless Crusader statue, Antonio Morello mentioned only, Benito Mussolini, Nero, a statue, Paul IV mentioned only, Pio, Orlando Ricci, Marna Smirnov mentioned only, and Caesar Ventura. There's the Absolver relic, there's the Crusader helmet, the golden apple, the golden dagger of Mithras, head of the Cretan, Junia tablet, labyrinth tablet. I can go on, but you get the point. There's a ton of things to do, a ton of things to see and collect, and a lot of history that is very, very interesting and somewhat forgotten. And that's where this game really, really shines, because you really feel like Indiana Jones. You feel like you're in these locations, and this DLC in particular really gets it right. It is very, very good, and hopefully people play it. Now, I got to be honest with you. I downloaded it, and I began to play it. This is a few days after it released. This is a big, big title, and just starting the DLC was a rare achievement. I got to tell you, sometimes I'm so disappointed when it comes to these great games that nobody plays. They talk about them before they come out, they make videos about them, and then they come out, and it's just, Call of Duty or some other random multiplayer, run around, bang, bang, skeet, skeet with your friends. Probably why Microsoft decided to go third party with their games, but I digress. This is just a really great, I don't even want to call it DLC. I'm used to, like, back in the day, DLC was like horse armor, right? I'm not used to DLC that's almost like a main game. Like, this could release on its own and be just a little bit longer, and people would be like, wow, this is a great game. But it's really, really exciting when a game comes out like Indiana Jones and is really good. I mean, fantastic. And then they support it with something that might be even better. And I'm not sure if this DLC is better than the main game. I'm still playing through it, but I really enjoy the parts of Indiana Jones where he's not doing the Indiana Jones-esque stuff, like fighting, using the whip, picking up a shovel, knocking somebody out, or somebody's like coming at him with a sword. He just pulls his gun out and shoots him. That's all cool, classic Indiana Jones stuff. I get very lucky here. I'm supposed to jump to that other step, and I completely miss it. Fall down, and I'm fine. So, got lucky there. Indiana Jones, what are you going to do? But I like the quiet moments when you're in the tomb and you're exploring and the music peaks and you see that classic shadow with the fedora hat, and then you walk into a room and there's this intricate puzzle to solve. I really, really think this is just fantastic DLC for what is already a fantastic game. Something that is really, really cool, and I'm not seeing anyone talk about this, is that due to the DLC coming out for players at different stages of progression, some having already finished the game and others having only recently begun, Machine Games felt it was important to provide a consistent challenge So they implemented a system that scaled the difficulty of the DLC enemies dependent on how far the main story had progressed. So if you played this game all the way through to completion, and now you're playing the DLC, it's going to scale the difficulty for you. But if you're maybe halfway through the main campaign, or maybe just an hour into it, and you jump into this DLC, the enemies will not be as difficult. That's really cool, that enemy scaling done behind the scenes without you even knowing about it. I talked about the puzzles, and I found the puzzles to be much more thought-provoking in this DLC. For instance, this first main puzzle, the serpent puzzle, it's about redirecting a water current to lift platforms out of the way. And there's only one area that the water's coming into, and there's only a certain amount of these little circles that you can turn to redirect the water. So it takes some time to trace where this water's going, redirect it, stop it. Here's a hint. There's more than one of these things that you can put in the ground here to turn. That's a hint. I'm not going to tell you where the other one is, but it's pretty apparent. So this is a continuation of a great game with great DLC, and I'm looking really, really forward to the complete version of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle with all of this DLC when it releases on the Switch 2. Very excited about that port after seeing some of these miracle ports of games that could never run on the Switch 2, and yet they come out and they look really, really good. So if you loved Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, or you even liked it, this DLC is absolutely worth your time. Play it. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Are you excited about the port coming to the Switch 2? Think about liking and subscribing. Helping out smaller channels is important in this era of the influencer. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.